Hey everyone, so here's my update from this morning. I had the egg retrieval this morning, bright and early at 7 a.m. And I guess in theory, all went really well. So we did retrieve 24 eggs, which is a really good number. And out of those 24, they think, just from quick glance, it looked like 21 or maybe even 22 of them are mature. So that's a really good number to start with. Now, we're expecting to lose some, obviously, along the way. So we now just have to wait for tomorrow. I will get a call from them tomorrow sometime, letting us know how many of those 21 or 22 mature eggs actually fertilized. And then we will get daily updates for a few days from there to find out how many survive. So what we really need is as many of them to survive to a day 5 blastocyst as possible. So that's the good news. It could have been a lot worse. We could have had a bad egg number, a bad response. We could have had 24 eggs, but only 10 of them be mature. So that's the positive, is that all went well. However, I will say they did not give me very much for drugs. I was wide awake the whole time and it was not fun. It was actually extremely painful. I barely even felt the drugs they gave me, so I was really wishing they would give me more. Thank God it was only about 15 minutes long because I don't know how much more I could have handled. So right now I am pretty sore in the stomach area, pretty crampy and whatever, so I'm hoping that it gets better. So now the part that I'm upset about is that because we retrieved over 20 eggs, they're canceling my fresh cycle. So I will not be transferring any embryos in 5 days from now. We now have to wait at least 2 months until we come back and do a frozen cycle. So I know I should be okay with it because what that does mean, and the positive of that, is that now we can not only test for the short rib polydactyly gene, but we can also do full panel testing of chromosomes. So we can ensure that any healthy embryos that we do have really are healthy. So had we went ahead with the fresh transfer on Wednesday or in 5 days from now, they would have had to have biopsied the embryos on day 3, which can also be a little bit more dangerous. It's harder for them to survive, and then they only have one cell to work with. So they would have only have been able to test for the short rib polydactyly gene and not the chromosome. So by waiting and doing a frozen, now instead of biopsying all of the embryos on Monday, which would be day 3, they're going to be waiting until Wednesday and biopsying them on day 5. And when they do a day 5 biopsy, the embryos now, instead of being 5 to 7 cells, they're now like 200 cells. So they can take a few more, and they can also test chromosomes, which I was really struggling with all along. The fact that we weren't testing them, that we were going this far and doing the testing on this, you know, that what if there was a chromosome problem, I still had a chance of an early miscarriage or something happening, even if that embryo didn't have the short rib gene. So I know that this eliminates a lot more possibilities, and it really will give us the healthiest embryos in the end, the ones that should be able to survive and turn into healthy babies. But that doesn't change my feelings right now, because we were hoping and prepared for a fresh cycle and hoping to leave here in 5 days, being pregnant, well, pregnant until proven otherwise is what they say. And now they're saying we have to wait at least 2 cycles and 2 full months. So the earliest that we'll be coming back here to do a frozen transfer will be the end of January. And that is if we end up with any healthy embryos. So we're starting with about 22. Let's hope that they say generally about 80% of them will fertilize. So we're hoping for 16 or 17 to fertilize, and about half of those only will make it to day 5. So, we might have 6 or something make it to day 5. And then the testing of both the gene and the chromosomes will happen then. Sorry. So that is kind of the plan, what happened. So it wasn't bad news, but it also wasn't what we were expecting. So I'm feeling a little down. I'm definitely feeling sad, and it wasn't what I wanted. But I do know that in the end, it probably is the best situation, because at least now we're doing all of the testing. But that doesn't make me feel any better about it right at this moment. So I'm probably going to need a few days just to really wrap my head around it, and I will make sure to come on tomorrow with an update on how many we have fertilized, and then any other updates I get throughout the next few days. So they also said for me to take the drugs for the next 5 days, as though there were 3 different things that I have to take to prepare for a fresh cycle, and he wants me to still take those just in case something changes and we don't get a good number of embryos that fertilize or something. I don't know. I didn't really understand that part. So I have to still take everything for the next 5 days, and just in case something changes, but I don't think it's going to be changing, and it looks like we're going to be switching to frozen and going home not pregnant. So all right, well, that is my update, and hopefully I have some good news tomorrow with the how many fertilized, and let's just cross our fingers and hope that at least if we have to cancel, since we have to cancel this, that we at least get as many embryos to the testing point that we can. So that's my hope now, and I want to thank you all so much for the well wishes this morning going into the egg retrieval and the surgery, and for coming over here and watching this video, and for following me and our journey. We really truly appreciate all the support. So thanks so much, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.